Hello everybody. I would like to show you how to create a piece of art in Photoshop that you will then put mats around it so that you could frame it like this and it would look really nice. Right now I did this one a little bit ago, and if you look at the layers, I have a snowflake image at the very bottom. And I got these images at pixabay.com. And then here's the white that's just directly behind my picture, a white mat. And here's my picture. And I actually did a filter on this picture to make it look more like a painting. And then here's the Let It Snow, and that downloaded as a ping, which has transparency, so there's not a white box around it. So this is what you're going to do, but we're going to do it with different images. So where did I get the images? I went to pixabay.com, and you can sign in, either create an account, which I did, or through Facebook. And once you're there, you can do a search, and I put in winter, okay, just winter. And now I'd already downloaded the pictures I'm going to do, but let me download this picture to show you what to do with the picture. What size do you get? So I will click on the picture, and in the next screen there's this free download button. It's in green. I will click on that, and I will go, they give us all these choices of sizes. I will get the largest one, 5472 by 3648, and I will download it. And I'm going to save it to my 151 folder. And so there it is. It is saved. So that's how I got my pictures. Okay, now let's look in my folder. Right now, here's the picture that I got with from Pixabay that I showed you, the sample. And here's the horses that I want to work with. I love those horses. And here's a background, but I think I may use a different background. And here's that Let It Snow text, and it's actually got transparency in it. And there's the girl we just downloaded. And then I have this background. It might work and it might not, because I know there's green in my horse picture. I also downloaded this picture, which I thought was pretty. And I think that's all the pictures I have there. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a horse for sure and Let It Snow. And I may use this background. And if I don't, we'll do a background with a texture. So let's go back to Photoshop. And I will go File, Open, Open, File, Open. And I will go to the picture that I want, which is the horses. It's a sleigh ride. So I have the picture, and I think the picture is a little dark, so I might go Image, Adjust Levels. And in the Levels panel, I think I will do the center slider on the top row here where the little mountain is and go to the left. Now if I go way to the left, it's too light, but I think I'll go to about 110. And let me do the preview. That lightened it up a bit, so I will go okay. So what I did there was I adjusted the tone of the picture. I wanted to lighten it a little bit. Now I think I will go ahead and run the filter. I'm going to go Command 0 so you can see the whole screen. Now I will go to Filter, Filter Gallery. And the two that works really well with images is dry brush and watercolors. Now watercolors add a little more black to it, and in this case I don't like that as much as dry brush. So I will click dry brush. Now let me show you this. The brush size can be a lot larger, or it can be a lot smaller, which makes it a little closer to the actual picture. I'll put it somewhere in between. The brush detail, how much detail? Do you want a lot of detail, or do you want not a whole lot? I'll put that somewhere in the middle. Now the texture. this texture, if you go way up, it's going to look really, really lots of texture. Go way down, it smooths it out. I don't like the smoothed out look. So my texture, I'm going to go pretty high. I want it looks like paint brushes were on the background of the page or whatever. So now I did the filter. Let's go back and forth in history. There's without the filter. It's just a photorealistic image. And with a filter, looks like a painting. Pretty detailed painting. Now, I want to change this to an 8 by 10. So the next thing you're going to do is crop. So I will come to the left-hand side, the toolbar, click on the crop. Up at the first setting in the panel at the top of your screen, 4 by 5 is in the same ratio as 8 by 10. So I will click that. Ooh, that's not exactly what I want. I want to reverse it. I want it to be landscape. So if you go to there's the first one, 4 by 5 ratio, and then there's a 4 and a 5. There's an arrow in between that switches those. There, now it's landscape. Now, I don't like the layout here, so I will click in the middle of the picture, and I will use my right arrow key. I want my horses more in the picture and not off the edge. You really don't want something in your image walking off the edge. You want them to be kind of looking toward the center of the image, but I don't have enough file left to put them over to the right, but there they are. If I like that, there is a little button up there, but my screen's kind of that says it's a check mark. So to make that happen, that crop happen, you can hit the return key too. So now my horse image is ready. Now what do I do? What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the mats. They obviously have to be bigger than the picture. So in the layers, I'm going to double click on this picture here on my background to make it float so I can have layers underneath it. So I will double click on it and I will call it horses and don't do anything else. Just say okay. Now that layer floats. Oh, I know how to spell horses. H-O-R-S-E-S. Okay, horses. Now, so my horses will be on top. Well, really, there'll be a layer on top that says let it snow too, but I'm on horses. At the bottom of your layers panel, next to the trash can, there's a button that says new layer, create new layer. Okay. Do you know what? I don't have to have that. Just a minute. Yes, I do. I do have to have it. Let's put it down below. Okay. How do you make your image wider so that there can be a mat in it? How you do that is go to Image, Mats, Canvas Size. And I'm going to use relative because this is how many inches is going to go beyond the pictures. And I think I will make that 2 inches wide more and 2 inches high more. And I will go okay. No, I need more than that. Wait a minute. Let's do something else. We need to get this down to 8 by 10. Image size. Look at this. That's 45 by 72. So what I want to do is change this to 300 pixels and this to 10. Oops, wait a minute. Let's go there. 10 by 8. And now let's click that off. We will resample. And we will go 300. Here we go. And go OK. Now we can add the canvas size. And we will do 2 inches and 2 inches. Relative. And go OK. There we go. Now we have a nice mat size. There's a nice mat size. So how do we do one of the mats? Let's see, the background mat. Let's go back into our pan in here. On this layer, I'm going to go ahead. First of all, let's go File, Place, and go get one of those backgrounds and see what that happens. File, place, embedded. Let's go get this background, see if we can make it work. Okay, there it is. It's on that background layer now. It's called background. Do you know what? I think I can make it work. Let me go back to the layers. I'm going to close this image. Now here's how we can, whoops. Oh, I guess I have to actually resize this. See, I'm going to go Command 0 so you can see. See how this mat isn't wide enough? What you can do is hold the Shift key to constrain proportions and hold the Option and drag on a corner and it'll resize from the center. There. Now I will do the check mark. There's a mat. And it actually went on the background there. And I will call this green mat. Okay, green mat. Okay, so I have a green mat. Now how did I do the white mat? What I'm going to do is in the layers panel, I'm going to click there. I'm going to do a new layer again and see layer 1. I will go over by the little color chips here and click, we can go like this. Click on the default and I will, let's just go ahead and switch so that the top one is white. I will go Edit, Fill, and I'm going to do the foreground color. And there it is. That mat's too big, isn't it? That's easy. I will go ahead and get my Move tool, and I will have Auto Select on and click on it. Now what I'm going to do is hold the Shift and Option key instead of dragging out. I'm going to drag in. Just drag in. And hit Return. Now, there it is. Now it still doesn't look very realistic. We need some shadows. So what do? On the picture, let's click the picture. In the Layers panel, you can be on the picture and the little effects button at the bottom of the Layers panel, click that and choose Drop Shadow. Now I want my angle to be kind of going from the say northwest. And I clicked Lobo because I want all of them, now my shadows, to go that angle. Okay? And just click OK. So there's the picture. Now this other mat, let's let that be raising too. All you have to do is hold the Option key and see the drop shadow, drag it down to that layer. Or you could have gone through the effects too, but you can copy these effects from one layer to the other. Now let's take a look at it. Voila, there it is. So I would just File, Save As, and save it as a, you could save it as a high-res JPEG. To do that, you can go File, Save As, and I will save it back in here, and down under Format in the Save As panel, I will do JPEG, and when I click this once again, Save, do the maximum file size. And don't do any mat because we've already got a mat on it, okay? And go OK. And there's your picture. So have fun with this. There's a lot of things you did. You opened pictures, you ran a filter on it, you cropped it, you resized, you did a couple canvas, you did a canvas size, and then you put the green background in that background layer there. Oh, you made the picture a floating layer, and then you created another layer that was all white, and then you used the transform to mat it to the picture, make it smaller, and that's it. So have fun with this.